É o XRL no beat.
Let's go! Welcome back to another HD Reach Game Over HD live stream. Tonight, we are bringing you another special edition of Game Over HD. We will be playing some Minecraft. We will be doing some storytelling. We will hopefully pull up Minecraft on this screen. Maybe. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I've got a couple very special people with me here tonight. Let's see if my window will capture real quick. Maybe not. Let me get these wonderful voices in my ears really fast. Hello, friends. I can hear you now.
Check.
Hello?
Hello. Thanks, everybody,
Hello?
for tuning in. I'm so quiet. Hold on. Let me fix that. I can fix that. I can be louder. Oh, that's a little loud. Hello. There we go.
Hello.
My window capture is fighting me right now. Come on, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. That's a good one. I'll fight a window catcher. Tell me about it. Oh, I've deleted it. I've reinstalled it. It's fighting me.
Now I low-key wish we were playing Fortnite. But then I would not be able to talk.
We've always got next time. You can't talk and play Fortnite? How do you win games?
I just lock in by myself.
Y'all bear with me, please. We're having some technical difficulties.
You're all good.
Here comes the sun. It's okay, Matteo. You can laugh.
What is going on?
Nature.
Hey, I got kicked out of that world, by the way.
Uh-oh. Hey, Matteo, you invite him.
Wait, you're supposed to win games in Fortnite? Something like that. Let me try that. Ooh, we might be cooking. We might be onto something.
Is it working?
Chat, can you see this? Tell me if I've succeeded or not. Out with the window capture, in with the display capture. Let's see if this works. Yes, if you've not heard, we're hosting a 24-hour raid train for HD Awareness Month on May 23rd, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see Minecraft. Perfect! That's all I need you to see. That and my face, but we can change that. All right, y'all in the game? Y'all in the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're about. Wait, are you in the game?
I'm not in the game.
Okay, we about to get you.
Okay. Like I was saying before, this wanted to fight me. I've got Sam and Matteo here with me tonight. Thank you so much for being here. First off,
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, we're excited.
we must celebrate with lemonade in the eyes. Yes. Speaking of, I've got a lemonade sweet tea mixture right here. We can make it happen. No, I'm playing.
That's Celsius.
Just let me know when you get that invite sent so I don't miss it.
Mateo definitely not typing in the right.
Well, I mean, like,
It's just not showing up that we added you before, even though we did.
See, that's what I'm saying. Everything's fine till the stream starts. That's the way it goes.
For real. Oh my goodness.
Texas pee in the eyes. You are a madman. I like the burn.
yeah, now seeing
There's an error coming up.
Interesting.
You might have to leave and then join back. You have to add them and then join back.
Okay. Stand by.
Hey, we're getting there one step at a time. We've got the screen showing now. That's an important piece. Next thing you know, we'll be playing some Minecraft. Nah, never. You ever been eating like food with us that's got hot stuff on it, whether it be hot sauce or like jalapenos, and then you forget you're eating something that's hot and you touch your eyeball though?
Gosh, dude, don't even get me started. I was eating like a hot pepper one time, and I like crushed it, and then I wiped my nose. Dude, my whole face was swollen for like an hour and a half. And this was like right before I had a basketball game too. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. I've been pepper sprayed before.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What? H, what you do now? What you do this time, dude?
It was actually for a job. I had to get pepper sprayed for a job. It was horrible. Yeah, I've got pictures. My whole face. What you steal, H? I didn't steal nothing. I stole your heart. Hey!
I knew that one was coming.
Am I that much of a book? Alright, I'm in. Why is it telling me my position? What is this weirdness? I'm at 60, 86, negative 65.
Hold up, I'll get you the chords in a second. I'm trying to figure that out.
Whoa, whoa.
What?
My settings were bugging. Let's get that audio turned back up. So I can hear this peaceful music.
Aha.
Okay,
Bet you the sinuses were cleared. Heck yeah, they were.
Now we're switched.
No, we're not.
Where you at?
We're at 105, 28, and
Look,
then
Mateo.
300.
You're controlling both screens.
What? Oh my.
105. 28.
Wait, hold up. I'm controlling both screens.
How are you doing?
With
like
one
both-
controller.
Is mayonnaise an
players I want.
instrument?
What is happening? Okay. Sam,
What should I do?
hand that to me. How am I controlling both people?
It's funny how I was like, yeah, let's play Minecraft. It'll be simple and fun.
You know, you're getting old when Minecraft is complex.
I'm like, let's just play solitaire.
Oh, hey, Jenna. What's up? That's
Should I leave and then
crazy.
join back?
We got
One more
Jenna in
time.
the chat sending hugs. Thank you so much.
Oh, what's up, Jenna?
Yeah, whatever you think will fix it. I mean,
No worries
Oh,
for
no,
now.
'cause
I don't. I'm controlling both, like everything. It's weird, even in the settings.
Okay, well while you're will it let me? Oh, the connection to host was lost. If that word is still being.
Oh,
hosted,
jeez.
okay. Oh no.
Okay, we'll get this down. All right, have faith.
Woo woo! Don't complain about being old. Just saying. No. With age comes wisdom, and I'd rather have some wisdom than know how to work this Minecraft server.
Hey. Okay, that's better.
Actually, I'd like to know.
No.
I'd like to be able to do both, but
Okay.
I think Matt is echoing a little bit. Yeah, we're getting some of that stuff sorted out.
Are you face away from each other?
I'm in here.
You're in the game.
I actually minored in the study of aging. I love the SpongeBob references. We can maintain that throughout. I can't believe Jenna's on Twitch.
Which Jen are we talking about?
What? There's only one.
In the HD community, I know like at least 3, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
take your pick. They're all important.
Jenna H, HDYO.
That's right.
OMG. What's up?
Get in that hole.
Is there still a echo?
I'm not hearing one, but I haven't heard Matteo speak yet.
First time I ever said chat unironically.
Sam might be kicking it us because we don't have like 2 good
Headsets.
All right,
That's right.
so what are we doing here? Why are we here? What are we doing? What's HD? What the heck is going on? So first off, Huntington's disease. Huntington's disease is a neurodegenerative disease. That's a big word. What is neuro? What's degenerative? Neuro meaning the nerves, and specifically the nerves in your brain. And then degenerative, breaking down, coming apart, maybe not functioning as they typically would. So, HD is a genetic disease. If a family member has it, mom, dad, parent, you do have a 50-50 chance of inheriting that gene. That gene can come in many different shapes, sizes, and repeats. But you do have that chance. We are here today, like I said, with Sam and Matteo to talk about their story specifically, their connection with HD, their involvement with this community, and they have very willingly come onto this stream to share with every one of you a very personal part of their life, and we should recognize that, the magnitude of that, and appreciate that, because that's not something that's always easy to do. So thank you all very much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Also,
We're excited to share.
Frog Nando Man said Neurofrog is his next name. Nerves.
Good name.
Jenna said, Sam, it's Jenna from HDYO. Heartbroken Sam.
No, that was my guess. My guess was correct, but I'm like, I know. Even from camp, bro, there was like at least 3 Jennas at camp.
All right.
And plus, I'm not streaming. Anyways,
Let's see. First off, where the heck are y'all? Give me your positions. What's your
Tell me
coordinates?
like IRL or in my.
Your coordinates in the game. Position top left. Maybe it's there. Maybe it's just mine showing.
130 and 300.
130 and 300.
Mm-hmm.
How did I get over here? 130. Okay. Whoa, I'm zooming. 300? You in the air? What are you doing up there?
No, 300 is the last number.
Yeah.
I thought you were in the air. Wow, you're a
You should
ways
see a
away.
village.
I'm fine. Oh, I do see a village. Exact GPS location says Frognado Man. That's messed up. Oh, here we go. Look. Press T to what? All right, how y'all feeling? It got dark.
Feeling good? Yes. Willing
So-
and able.
Willing and able. I like it. This month is HD Awareness Month. So we're bringing you special streams, frequent throughout the month, having people hop on here, share their stories. Like I said, we've got Sam and Matteo here, and completely up to y'all how you want to go about answering these questions. This is casual conversation, and just elaborate as much as you'd like. But let's just go ahead and get right into it. How did y'all find out about HD?
Well, I guess I'll go first. I believe my dad was diagnosed in 2013. Not exactly remembering or sure how he found out about it, but this was when my dad was like in his 40s. I think he had found out that his grandmother was positive for HD, and then researching more into it, found out that his dad had it, and then that he was at risk for having it. And I remember him getting tested, and then one morning, before, I think it was like before my first day of like 5th grade, he like pulls me and my siblings like together before school and just says like, yeah, I have this, I may have this thing. I don't remember if he said I do or I might have this thing called Huntington's disease. Apparently my dad had it, and it's like pretty much like a brain disease and like Alzheimer's, and like we did not know much about it at the time, but that was like my first introduction, and that was actually one of the first times I actually saw my dad cry, was
Wow.
in that moment, just like springing it on us like on like the most random of mornings.
So you could sort of pick
Yeah.
up on the gravity of it based on his reaction.
Yeah.
I had a very different experience. I don't really remember hearing about it. I think it's like someone came in the like. My dad opened his test results at our friend's house, and then when I saw the test, like the whole family woke up one early morning, then like opened it. And I remember, like, everyone telling me about it, like, years later, but no one really woke me up. I remember just someone coming in the room or whatever. I'm not even sure who, and it was just like, yep, that has a disease or whatever. And no one really explained it. Like, I was just kind of left in the dark about it. Yeah. I didn't understand, like, what the symptoms were or anything.
I gotcha. So you did mention that, or it seemed like maybe Grandpa didn't know, or they didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah, because my dad's father died when my dad was 16.
Okay.
So, yeah, he wouldn't have been at the age to really show symptoms.
Sure.
Um, so I'm not sure. There may have been like some type of like medical records or like ancestry, or I'm not exactly sure how they found out how it was in the lineage. But yeah, it was never a part of my dad's life until he found out about it and was then later tested.
Yeah, that can definitely be tough.
Yeah.
Not knowing a potential situation that you're facing.
Yeah, and just like
Granola
in
Girl
comparison.
said, when did you learn about HD, Matteo? They're
I
also
kind
said
of just
Mateo's
like
echoing bad. Oh wait, now they said all good. So I guess we're good. Don't change anything.
Okay.
wait, hold up, Sam. Can you like press down on your mic? Like press it while I talk, cause I think it's. Oh, okay, word. Yeah. So I kind of I don't know would hear like random information here and there. Like when I found out about it, I think it was just like the morning my family found out about it, but they just let me sleep, and then someone just came in the room and was like, "Yeah, he has it." But that conversation my sister brought up about like him telling like all of us, I don't remember that at all. I think it was just like Jack and Sam. From what I understand, I think it was like they were just trying to keep me away from it. But like even the symptoms too, like I wouldn't know what they were until like later on when like my dad would be showing some, and then people would be like, "Oh yeah, that's just part of it." It's like, "Oh, okay."
If you don't mind me
I really
asking,
got to know more though at convention. My first convention, like that's when I like got a full understanding of everything that was going on. But
Okay.
yeah,
how far apart in age are y'all?
4 years.
4 years apart. Okay.
Yeah, Sam's 4 years older. I'm 4 years younger.
Okay. So you said you found out or you started to gain more knowledge at convention.
Yeah, so like
what's convention?
so convention is it's thrown every year. It's thrown by the HDSA community, and then we have a bunch of sister charities that work with it. And it's this huge thing. It's in a big city, and then like convention for me the first time was very much in NYA, which is one of the sister charities. I got a scholarship to go there, so they paid for my flight and my stay and everything. And then while I was there, it's like a lot of support groups, especially for younger people. And then like educational stuff, like new research, or like just how to live with it, how to cope with it daily. And yeah, it's just basically like an overall like
I would sum it up as a like national event put on by the HDSA that focuses on like advocacy, research, and support for people impacted by Huntington's disease.
That's a good way to sum it up. But you were saying it was helpful. You learned a lot there.
Yeah. And then also too, it's just like a big feeling of connection. Because me and my sister, like, we didn't talk about it with anybody growing up, like at all. And we didn't like really know anybody in our daily life that was impacted by it until we went to convention. Other people our age who were affected by it, and then just knowing other people are out there is a big help.
Yeah. And we actually did attend other things before convention, like Team Hope Walks and other like education days because we found out about the HDSA and NYA through our local social worker at our Center of Excellence. We live in Sacramento, California, so our local Sacramento or UC Davis Center of Excellence got connected to a really amazing social worker who then connected us to those resources of the HDSA and NYA and put us on to events like Team Hope Walks and Convention. And from there, we actually, through those events, like Matteo was saying, we actually like were able to have like a deeper understanding and really educate ourselves and also meet other people that were like impacted, which was like so eye-opening and helpful because like Matteo said again, like we hadn't had anyone really in our immediate lives that could understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of value just in knowing that other people do have a similar challenge. We would never ever wish this upon anyone, but knowing that there are other people out there that can understand it more than just your friend that's down the street or the friend that you went to school with, or I mean even like other family members that might not be impacted the same way. It's a definitely a feeling of community that's unmatched.
Really.
What was it like growing up with your father?
That's interesting because we always tell people that we kind of got two like different versions of our dad, and that is sometimes common with other kids with parents with HD. Like as symptoms come on and progress, and with like varying ages, like you get different sides of them. So for me personally, like I've always was a daddy's girl and like was like pretty close to my dad and felt very protected by him and felt yeah, like I was pretty close to my dad. And when this all came to be, it was tough to see him as like more vulnerable and like weaker than like my perception gave. But then Matteo has, his own experience.
Yeah.
Growing up, like Sam said, it was very different. Like, I just remember being the youngest and stuff. Like, what I believe is like my dad had a problem with giving up a lot of stuff, like his license. Like that was a big thing, and mostly just like things he could control. And as his youngest kid, like I feel like like that was like one of the last things he could control. So I remember like I never really acted out like in any like insane way. Like we would get into screaming matches every day, but like I never, was like at school like freaking vandalizing anything.
Yeah.
But like I was a good kid outside of school, but then at home it was just fighting every day with my dad about a lot of stuff. And also like he wanted to hold on that power, so he would try to like make rules a little bit stricter for me. Like he wanted me to address him as sir instead of dad sometimes. When he would like tell me to do something, he would say like yes sir.
I got you.
And then like yeah, like that made me like resent him a little bit more. So there was like some resentment on my side, a lot of anger growing up, a lot of guilt. Yeah. But now, I love that man to death. I'd die for him,
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and I'm able to understand everything, because that was a big problem with me, was just being able to comprehend everything at such a young age with like no information and like having the disease not, portrayed to me in like a easy way to palate.
Yeah.
So like now that I'm older and more mature and understand everything, I did both sides, and yeah, I've talked to my dad about everything.
One thing
Yeah, we're all good.
One thing we talked about on another live stream with another story time was actually learning to separate the disease from the person and trying to understand like, oh, that's not how my dad would have typically done something. That's HD showing itself in that situation. Yeah. That is such a skill. I don't think people understand that takes a lot of time and a lot of experience. And that experience isn't always like great, you know. It's not always the fun experience you're looking for, but it's experience that teaches you sort of how to navigate it. It's essential to the growth that encompasses HD.
Yeah. And I think through that experience, it also requires like healing and awareness. Like without having like talked about these things and like healed from them, I don't think I would like have the same like empathy and compassion for my dad. Like
Yeah.
it was a long road to walk to get to like the maturity that I am at and the understanding that I can have.
Yeah.
Like I would say me and Sim are very empathetic people, and stuff. Like I just see that it's easy for us to relate to people, or like if we're going through a hard time, they come to us and vent. You know?
I feel like that's a trademark of the HD community also.
Yeah.
Not at all diminishing like your ability to empathize and sympathize with people, but I feel like because what people in this community go through, we just typically have a deeper emotional state, a deeper level of understanding, or just grasping difficult situations.
Yeah, totally. Like that's what we're saying about the HD community, is just like having someone with HD in your life, and you know, developing that skill of separating the disease from the person, you know, leads to that skill as well, just being, you know, more emotional.
Yeah. Just real quick, Real Turtles, JCar 1996. Thank you for the follows. Really appreciate that. If you got any questions or you want to say, hey, just pop in here. It's a good group. For those who haven't met your dad, how would you describe who he is to you and your family?
I gotta think about that one for a second.
Yeah, take your time. I'm just building a mind.
Well, for
over here.
me, yeah, like despite all of the symptoms and like the progression that he's experienced, like at his core, he is like such a kind and friendly person.
So happy.
Like I remember, especially when we would go out more and be like at social events, like he would like just chat it up with anyone and just be super friendly and funny, and also like very outdoorsy. He was definitely the one to like introduce us to like playing outside and like riding dirt bikes and camping and off-roading and going to the beach. Like
Ooh, okay.
he definitely knows how to enjoy life.
Yeah, that's for sure. He's a guy that you can like trust will have a good time.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. You want to have a good time? Your dad.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I would say that too. Yeah, just like he was always trying to like, you know, be happy. Like that was his thing. You know, just like I remember being mad at him sometimes, just because like I would be mad and then he would still be smiling, and I'm like, why aren't you angry? You know, like he's like that type of happy, where it's just like constant and like dependable.
I like that. The type of person that you're always going to see a smile on their face.
Yeah.
And I think also like even with his progression and stuff, like he still has stayed true to his true self and has still, you know, remained so like soft and kind despite like even the world like treating him poorly. Like he never like took that out like in like an awful way. I don't know.
No, I
Like-
see what you're saying. That's really impressive because HD can be such a heavy thing, and it's difficult to. It is difficult to face HD with a positive mindset sometimes.
Mhm.
And if you can, on a day-to-day basis, if you can, it's extremely impressive and definitely takes intention too. So kudos. You can learn more about Huntington's disease and HD Reach with that link. Link is in the chat. Where in the world do I find... Can I not just find ground blocks?
We're in creative, so you can go in the inventory and then find it there.
I'm trying.
It should be the first one.
I see planks, walls. Oh wait, here we go. I'm on the wrong thing. I need to click on nature, grass block. There we go. I'm trying to extend your floor here.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to build a coffee shop right now.
Ooh, yes, please.
So I can exploit the caffeine addiction of the villagers. Just like I do in real life. Yes.
Chaotic Master says that we need to hydrate. We got a hydrate notification, so drink up.
Ooh. Good.
Got that chug jug.
Chug jug.
You got like 3 hours of sleep last night? What are you doing?
Oh my god, me too. What's up?
We're making the banana bread.
Yeah, I was staying up late making banana bread, and then I died and cut my mom's hair. But I slayed both of those. Banana bread was banging, and mom's hair came out
Dang.
so well. So
Now you selling banana bread?
yeah, I like brought some banana bread to my work to share, and they're like my friends are literally gonna pay me. They're like, "Can I pay you to make some for me?" I'm like, hell
Hey,
yeah.
there you go.
Okay, side gig.
That's exactly right.
In this economy, hell yeah.
I'll take anything. I'll take gas money.
Yeah, for real.
How'd your family get through challenges that HD brought on? Feel free to take a second. That can be a loaded question, because you got to think about, I mean, what challenges did it bring on? I know, Matteo, you mentioned giving up some of that independence with like driving and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So for like that was a really big challenge. Like one of the biggest I remember, because I remember like I don't know the number, but I think it's like over 9, between like 9 and like 13, like very minor accidents and stuff, and then like one not so minor, and that was his last one. That's the night that we took his license.
Oh, y'all
I just remember like,
okay.
Yeah, it was we were coming home from one of my basketball games, and then this car in front of us like slows down for a cat, and I guess my dad just didn't react to it in time, because we hit the back of the car in front of us. It's so sad too, because we hit the car in front of us into the cat.
Oh.
Yeah. So that hurt. But yeah, then the cops came. The lady was like, "Oh, my neck," but it's like, we didn't even hit you that hard. You know, like come on, okay, we know. Anyways, but yeah, after we came to the house, and then I was like telling mom, I think it's kind of fuzzy how it went down, but I just remember being like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not going to get in the car with you again. Just because, like, I remember, like, every time before, I was just hella nervous to begin with. Like, I would sit purposely in the middle of the car just because, like, I knew, like, one day it would get real bad. And I remember just, like trying to, like, explain to my dad how it's, like, it is dangerous, and he was just like, it's not. Like, I'm a great driver. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we're not in danger. And I'm like, Dad, you literally have been in so much accidents. One day, it's not going to be a fender bender, and you're putting us at danger. He's like, how am I putting you at danger? You know? Yeah. And I remember just yelling, screaming. And then, I don't know what happened, but, like, after I just, like, screamed F you, you know, I I went to my room, and then I don't know what my mom said, but like by the time it was morning, he agreed to give up his license. Yeah, but
Well, I'm glad that he did reach that point.
yeah, yeah. But like that was like a challenge though that like definitely like had to. I don't know it like if it had to be solved that way, but like
Sure. Yeah.
it was definitely like the toughest one to get done. Other ones though were like pretty easy, you know. And my mom definitely for surely, you know, like yeah, she's the one who solves them most of the time, you know, for us, which I really appreciate, you know.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, having somebody that is similar age, maybe somebody that your dad considers, I mean, hope a peer and has respect for when they're saying these things, and takes it a little more seriously coming from her.
Also, my brother too. I remember my brother, like, if like me and my dad got on a stream match and I got scared or whatever, I would like call him, and like he would always like just get out of work, like he'd be in the middle of the shift and come home, you know, just so like I would feel safe and stuff. Like my brother was definitely the person I looked up to the most growing up. Like he was my idol. Like I remember people would be like on the playground being like, "Oh, my dad could beat up your dad." I'd be like, "My brother could devour your father. He benches so much weight. You don't understand." Yeah.
It's good to have those people around.
Yeah, and it's because my dad really respected my brother too. Like if like there was a situation where like there was someone who needed to calm dad down, my brother would do that the easiest, you know? And my dad would like he would just listen to him. Like for whatever reason he became kind of like an authority figure in the household growing up.
I feel like that definitely can happen with,
Yeah.
especially like an older sibling sort of takes on the additional parent role. See that a lot.
Yeah.
With HD. For those who do not know, I can't pronounce that. Thank you for explaining that word I can't pronounce. Being unaware of symptoms is a physical result of changes in the brain due to HD. So lots of times, actually most of the time, people who are impacted by these symptoms don't even realize that they're being impacted by these symptoms.
Yeah, and that was something I didn't understand until I was older. So I would just be so frustrated, like sometimes. Yeah, looking back at it now, it's kind of funny. Just knowing like if I had that knowledge, things would have gone smoother for me. But yeah.
Chaotic said, people hate admitting that they need to give up something like that. It feels like freedom is getting stripped away, but at least he eventually came to terms.
Yeah. Yeah, like my dad was a car guy. Like we had a Blazer and we go on these off-road trails and stuff. And like he had just all these cool cars growing up. Like I didn't even know this until recently, but he had like a really cool but like yeah, and he was just always a car guy, so his license was just like he would just go on drives like almost like 3 times a week, and he just like walk my room and be like, "Hey, you want to go on a drive?" Like he loved driving. So that was definitely like a very, very difficult thing for him to give up.
Yeah, for sure. For anyone.
Yeah.
Granola Girl says, just want people to understand that your dad never had intention to put y'all in danger. It's just part of the symptoms when they can't see it. It is. That's true. As siblings who have different experiences with HD growing up, how has it impacted your relationship with each other over time? That's a great question.
Yeah. I would say that it has definitely like we also have an older brother, like Mateo mentioned, our brother Smiley, Jack, James. He goes by multiple names. But yeah, our brother Jack, the three of us definitely have come closer because of this, like the bonding of all being at risk and also, just witnessing our dad progress. And a big one is like becoming young caregivers and um, you know, having to deal with like uh, the emotions and just the struggles of that together um, have definitely brought us together, and I'm so grateful for that. Like, I wouldn't ask for any different sibling dynamic, you know. And I feel like if it weren't for HD, we wouldn't be as close. So it's kind of one of those like serendipitous like blessings.
Definitely. Like me and Sam, we're like the closest. Like
We locked in.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
twin
yeah,
right
yeah.
there for real.
we all
That's
a
awesome.
handshake and stuff. Like we got we just stopped at my brother's house yesterday. You know, we're all like really close and stuff. As far as like our relationships to each other, I feel like Huntington has like put on different pressures, especially depending on like what order of sibling you are. I feel like my older brother definitely felt the pressure to like, you know, be a good role model in front of us and like act like a parent. Sam had to feel like a mediator between me and my dad and stuff a lot of times. And like I don't know what my role was other than just I was angry, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I have my mic on. Is it echoing while I have my mic on right now?
If you have your mic on and I talk.
Yeah.
Nobody's mentioning it, so it might be okay.
Okay.
Okay. And also, like,
Good old girl said yes.
yes, okay. Then we'll just take turns talking. Because we're in the same room right now, and like our setup is so ghetto. But also, like, aside from sibling dynamic, I think just our family dynamic has shifted. And I just want to like mention just how this has like impacted my mom as a primary caregiver and still being our mom and having to be the breadwinner and the caregiver and just like the provider of the house has just really put a lot on her shoulders. And I just want to extend my gratitude to all caregivers and all parents and all moms, especially because like they are the unsung heroes, and like we are so blessed to have her because we truly would be absolutely nowhere.
I would be dead if we didn't.
That was very well said, and thank you for sharing that too. That's important for people to understand and realize. Shout out to caregivers. Yes. Crowns in the chat for caregivers. Play a crucial role. Are there any particular fears or worries that come up for you when you think about HD? You've mentioned a couple times that you're at risk.
Yeah. For me, the biggest fear is just like having like a normal life cut short. I guess. Like even just like planning out, like thinking about insurance at 18 is just like I freak out about it, because I don't want to have to get into a career to make sure it has the right benefits for me, because that's like that's a big thing, like
Yeah.
career wise. Like I'm still 18, so I'm like deciding what I want to do with the rest of my life still. Like the pressure like from the system to like get all set up and get the right benefits and stuff, like that's just a big pressure, because I'm not sure if like how to even navigate that world,
That's a
that
huge
well.
pressure. I mean, I feel like lots
And
of
that's my
people
biggest fear.
I feel like lots of people are like, hell yeah, he's spot on right now.
Yeah, it's like it's terrifying because I don't like, you know, you said it perfectly. It you just said it perfectly. You know, I don't know what else to say other than that. But it's just a big fear because I'm not sure if if I don't set these things up, like what does that mean for me? You know, like what does that mean? Like if I'm not set up later in life, it's like there's that constant worrying of having to worry about like the next like 20 years down the road. You know, like what it's gonna be, and especially since I haven't tested, I don't know if I'm positive or not. So it's like based on a guess in my brain right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It like that's definitely a fear. And then another one too is like kind of just losing myself. Um I obviously I don't know what it's like to have the disease until like I'm experiencing symptoms or if I experience symptoms. But like I'm just like with people with Huntington's, it's often said that like people around them have to grieve twice, once for the person they were, and then once like after they die, and it's like I don't want to, you know, not be me, you know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's just well said, and I feel like that's a common concern throughout this community.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, feel that way all the time.
Yeah.
It's so
What was the
scary
question again?
it's so scary to imagine you can become someone different. Yeah,
Mm.
it is.
Wait, what was the question again?
The question is
Oh yeah,
how,
my fears.
Are there particular fears or worries that come up for you when you think about HD?
Yeah, like piggybacking off of that, it's definitely like a future planning. One of them is future planning, whether or not I'm positive, and just the fear of being positive is one of them because I am at risk and I have also not tested, so I'm, in the unknown currently, and I don't wish to know because I do want to like live my life without like the fear or like planning of it because as a person that's at risk, I feel like it's quite common to assume the worst, like, oh, I am positive and I'm just going to like prepare myself for that result, like mentally. And so like for now, I feel like ignorance is bliss. I'm like I don't want to know whether I am negative or positive right now, and I just want to live out my youth. But it's also scary because of, like Matteo was mentioning, all of the insurance stuff and all of the like logistical planning that you have to do in order to like set yourself up for success, especially in this country. So it sucks. And like being a sibling, like the fear of my siblings having it, the fear of like, you know, if I'm positive, like being a burden to somebody. Um, and again, like Matteo was saying, like the fear of losing who I am now, like being fully like cognizant and like physically able, like it's crazy to see that like so many people that are my dad's age are still who, like their personality is still who they were like when they were my age, and it's sad to see like my dad does not act the same as how he used to, and I wish that yeah, it's just that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Who's gonna like be my caregiver, who's like what's the world gonna look like in the future, just so many things. And I'm an anxious person, and going off of that, like, and assuming that you're positive, like the symptom hunting of it, it's like, oh, I'm anxious, I'm clumsy, the list goes on, this must be HD, like that arises so many other fears as well, or just
For sure.
just other feelings, you know.
Granola
Me
Girl
listing
says,
off like 12 things.
No. It's perfect. Granola Girl says it's so scary to imagine you can become someone different. But your dad, you've talked about how he's still in there, and I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because, I mean, I'm sure that everyone in this community has had those moments, but those moments where you can really still see the person that you know and love. Those moments hit really hard and last with you for the rest of your life. One for me was always seeing my dad laugh. Anytime he laughed. Whew, sorry, y'all.
You about to make me tear up too, man.
Anytime he would laugh at something, I was like, that's my dad.
Yeah. That's what we mean too when we say like our dad is a happy guy. Like just seeing his smile, dude. Like his face is and that smile is still the same. You know,
Yeah.
growing up, like it was still the same face, and like I know that person like with that smile is still there. You know, and like sometimes I'll just like when I apologize to him too for like just I don't know, being like just a kid who was just angry all the time and just like acting out and stuff. When I apologize to him, it's like that conversation we had. Like I didn't feel like, you know, I was talking to him with symptoms. You know, like he didn't. It was weird. Like he didn't stutter the whole time or anything. And like when I hugged him, it was just like, oh, you know, that's my dad.
Yep. Absolutely.
You're up now too, bro.
We have this really cool thing. Like for Christmas, I got one of those books that's like dad lore book. Like it has a bunch of questions about like your dad's like past. Like, oh, tell me about your childhood, all this. But like my dad can't like read or write very well anymore, so
Sure,
we kind of like interview him, and it's really fun. And like just to see him like light up and like recall these memories is just like so wonderful, and to also like get to know him before he even like met mom or like before we existed, just to kind of like shed light on, you know, who my dad is and who my dad was, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing that
I think those things are really awesome.
Frognado Man said, I'm doing that book with my mom too.
And he gets like so excited for it too. He's like, "Can we do the book tonight?" And I'm like, "Yes."
That's awesome. It's awesome because I think it goes back to like what Matteo was, or what both of y'all were saying of like, there's that essence of like not wanting to lose yourself, so that you're providing him with that opportunity to maintain himself, which is so special.
Yeah. No, it was like hearing him talk about his life growing up and his childhood too is just like it's cool to see him reminisce on it, you know, because he doesn't really talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm having like a muscle spasm thing over here. But yeah, sorry. He doesn't really like talk that much about like his past. You know, like even growing up, like I didn't know that much about his past. He would always kind of keep it secret. And when like he talks about his friends growing up or stuff, it's like I feel like I'm getting to know like the older version of my dad more. Like I'm starting to like get to know him more.
Yeah.
Like the person he was and like how he acted, especially before Huntington's. Just because when he got diagnosed, I was 7, and then all like the like I guess emotional changes or the way he acted change like very fast.
Sure.
So I didn't like get like much years where I remember, you know, him like and how he acted before all that. So like hearing like how he would go on trips with his friends and stuff it's just special to hear.
Yeah, for sure. Not only is it a preservation, but you're getting to know your dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
somebody did ask. They said, "I want this book." Someone tell HD Reach Game Over HD Reach Game Over HD what it is, and I guess where to find it.
Yeah, I found mine at Barnes and Noble. It's called A Father's Life. I Want to Know Everything About You. And there's similar versions online. Like, I originally got an ad like on Instagram for something like super similar, and then I was in Barnes and Noble and they had one. So yeah, A Father's Life, I Want to Know Everything About You. And then I bought the same format book for my mom and for my grandma as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Whew. Was it difficult to talk to others in your life about HD?
Shoot. Should I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I definitely remember it was especially hard when my dad was first diagnosed and I first found out about it, because I was like a middle schooler, and um and yeah, I remember telling my friends and they didn't get it, and then like their friends would tell their parents, and then the parents would like be like inquiring about it all the time, like, oh, how's your dad? And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, girl, it's been a week, like he's the same.
Right. Yeah, I think yeah, it
and-
definitely just comes from that lack of knowledge around it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I definitely like appreciate the concern and like the intention
Yeah.
of like asking, but also I'm like, if you, it kind of felt like in pitying in a way, or like, yeah, I'm like, it's, I don't know, like I didn't know how to explain, like, yeah, he's the same now, but he's definitely gonna change, and it's interesting to approach the same question like now that he has progressed, because like my friends in the HD community will ask like, oh, how's your dad? And I'm like, now I actually have an answer, like, oh yeah, he's progressed, he's lost weight, like you know, we have to feed him now, and like all these things. But at the time it was different, and I think being in the HD community has definitely given me the resources to talk about it openly. Like compared to when my dad was first diagnosed to now, I can speak about it so freely without getting emotional. I feel like I have those like advocacy tools that I
Sure.
take out and I like, you know, share with people, because it is like, instead of like embarrassing or like shameful, it's like empowering to share about it now, because I know that like the more I talk about it, the more awareness I'm spreading and the more like changes can be made.
Yes. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely the same way. Like growing up, like some people would ask me, but I didn't even know what it was myself. So I'd be like, I don't know, you know. Like, they'd be like, oh, what does he have? I don't know. Like Huntington's, what is that? Look it up. Like,
It's
like
hard to
I
explain as an adult. I mean,
Yeah.
a kid being asked to explain it. I mean, that's if a kid was able to thoroughly explain Huntington's disease, I would have to give major props to whoever educated them on that, and also showed them how to talk about it so freely.
Because this is insane. I remember it was like 5th grade. Like at this point, because we went to like a Lutheran school, so like everyone was like intertwined and stuff. But like my 5th grade teacher, he was like, we're talking about genetics, and then we're talking about like Punnett squares and stuff, and he just calls me up to the top of the room. So I'm like, oh,
What?
okay. And he was like, so Matteo, like your dad has Huntington's, right? And I'm like,
What?
Yeah. yeah. And then he was like, so like, he's like, so how does that work with like the CAGs and stuff? Because he knew like I knew all that. So like so now I'm like teaching this freaking class, dude, and like he's trying to get me to talk about Huntington's, and like I was like not comfortable with it after, and like I brought him like outside. I'm like, And like it was hella funny.
You brought him outside. Excuse me.
Yeah, I
We're
was
gonna
like,
have to
hey,
talk
talk
outside.
to me outside right now. And then, and I was like, in 5th grade, I stepped outside. I'm like, don't do that. He's like, do what? I was like, you know what you're doing. Don't do it. Stop.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay. But yeah, like, yeah, people who just they like either don't like know how to approach it respectfully and stuff, you know. Like if he wanted me to be part of his lesson plan, buddy, I'm here to help. But like, contact me beforehand, you know.
Yep.
And then also too, it's like when my sister said that people have their own opinions. Like I'll tell them this and they'll be like, yeah, I don't know, and oh, why haven't you? If I knew my dad had it, I would test. And I would do it immediately as soon. And they're like trying to convince me to do it, and I'm just like, stop. Or they'll be like, oh, I know exactly what you're feeling like, you know.
That is a wild statement. That is
yeah. Yeah, I've had a bunch of that. One of my friend's moms, they're like, she was like, I know what you're feeling like. I'm 13% more likely to have a cardiac arrest. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, and I said,
I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh.
no,
That's just,
hey, I'm laughing with you because I said, I was like, hey, with all, like, I love you. You know, you're one of my favorite people, but with all due respect, I can't understand what you're going through. Like, you can't respect what I'm going through. And she's like, no, but I can. You're not listening. And like, I'll get
wild.
like that sometimes. You know, like just stories like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, first off, sorry you had to deal with an adult who treated you like that in school and expected you to explain something to the class. That's wild. But sounds like you navigated that situation pretty well. So kudos to you.
Yeah, he's fine. I love Burton. Yeah.
Has there been anything that's helped you talk about HD? Any tools, resources, experiences, people, just anything you can think of?
Actually, all the organizations were part of the HDYO, NYA, you know, HCSA, like all these organizations built around a law support. And now I know people like Marianne, like she's basically my aunt, you know, like at this point.
Your aunt.
Yeah, Marianne, she's basically my aunt. Melissa's basically my cousin. Like it's like it'll connect you so close to people so fast. And yeah, that's our thing too. Ohana, chosen family, like that's a big part of this community. So if anyone's out there, you know, looking for
your
that.
aunt said Eric.
Why do I get Aunt and Melissa get a cousin?
Oh, is the texting Marianne right now? Oof.
No, please don't.
Oof.
I'm actually sweating right now.
You're getting
Like,
caught
okay.
out. Yeah. When you said that, I knew it was over for you. This
Why
man-
did you stop
this
me,
man's
man? What about you, Sam?
Like things that have helped me talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, like piggybacking off of that, yeah, like being part of organizations where we had the safe space to talk about it. And just like also being encouraged to talk about it like on our own terms with people and having like the tools like within support groups and like just the language like when I introduce HD to people, you know, a common thing that I say is like, and that a lot of people say is like, Huntington's disease is like ALS, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's in one. And it's a really like, kind of tangible, understandable way to like break it down in simpler terms that people can like understand. So that's like one of the tools I've gained. And yeah, like being able to talk about it has kind of destigmatized it and like normalized it, where I now have the language and the comfortability to, you know, share that with people. And I don't know, it doesn't make me as emotional because like I have like done it like since I was like 13. So it doesn't make me as upset because I know that like talking about these things is like helping. So it's not like, oh, woe is me, my dad has this disease. It's like, yeah, my dad has this, and like I would love to educate you about it. And that
I like
gives
that.
me hope to like continue to share.
The Matteo has completely derailed chat.
Okay.
They are
Okay.
They are distraught
Okay.
right now.
All right. Well, everyone needs to settle down. Okay. We gotta think about what's best. Okay. Oh, okay. Watch. They're gonna.
You got Jenna laughing. You've got Melissa talking about also being an aunt.
Terrified right now. Honestly, I'm petrified about what's. If Marianne finds about this, everyone, be quiet. All right. Like don't.
No, she already knows.
She knows. She's in chat right now.
She's not in chat right now, but she already knows.
Oh.
I just know she knows.
Okay. All right.
It's-
So everyone just has a group chat. Okay. This is ridiculous.
Hey, you're the one that said it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I feel like she may be more like a grandparent.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
That's
Alright.
what Erica said.
Erica need. Okay, they're gonna fight. They got bots that out now. That's a straight shot.
I just want to say real
Just
quick,
straight-
Revive Paragon. I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Frognado man said, I don't think I've met Aunt Marianne. Oh my gosh, y'all, we can't start this. We can't.
Okay. Okay. Like.
If we do start this, we just have to be very clear. Matteo did it.
No. Okay. I didn't do anything. I'm a victim. Okay. Of of rumors. Of false rumors.
Oh goodness. This,
Aunt Marianne is ridiculous.
that's
I'm so sorry.
crazy work. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Never getting another scholarship again. No, I'm joking.
Let's see here. Can we talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm just glad because I'm the oldest by years, so I live for the auntie grandparent talk, says Jenna. The Melissa says Ohana tree. So y'all have talked about a little bit about being at risk. Sam, you mentioned this a little bit, but why have you not chosen to take the genetic test? I feel like genetic testing is a huge topic for everyone in the HD community, and everybody has a different answer. And before y'all even start talking about that a little bit, I do want to say that everybody's choice is the right choice. There is no wrong choice when it comes to genetic testing. It is very, very personal. Everybody approaches it differently, and there is no wrong way.
Question? Oh, I think he was asking you though.
I just
Yeah.
mentioned that Sam had brought it up a little bit before.
Okay, well, I'll continue. Yeah, like I said, I just ignorance is bliss for me right now. I don't, and also, like, if I were to go to a genetic counselor, thinking about it, I don't think I would be ready for either answer, and so I just choose not to know. Like mentally, I don't think I would be ready, and part of me, like, I'm 22 right now, so part of me is kind of just like holding on to like my youth while I still
Sure.
can. And that's a big part of it. Like I would just want to like go out and explore and travel and experience without having like this answer weighing on me, something that I've like debated whether or not knowing. And I've gotten that question too so many times from so many people of like, why haven't you? And honestly, it's just because I'm just living my life right now and I'm not ready for that answer.
I like that. Very well said.
How about you, Joe?
Oh, Matteo, if you're talking, cannot hear you.
Oh, okay. Yep. Thanks for telling me. Anyways, right now, like Sam said, ignorance is bliss. There's a lot I want to do. I thought about, trying to just get in as much life experiences and just, fun times as possible while I'm young, and then I'm testing while I'm older when I have stuff like, more settled, when everything's not up in the air right now. Because, like, right now, I'm not gonna lie, like, if I ever test right now, I'd be in shambles. Just
Sure,
a huge wreck.
That's
Yeah.
good self-awareness.
Yeah, and I know what I'm about, so I know myself, and right now, like, I'm not ready. That's just a simple answer.
Okay, that's all you.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
We did have a question. How do you balance life, just being teens / young adults and living your life while also caregiving? So
It's kind of just like second nature, honestly. Like, I'll have my life outside of this with my friends, and then I'll have this life, And like, it's not like killing me. It's just what I do. It's just part of my day now, Um, like, it's not bad. It's not good. It's just me. Also now though, my friends definitely know more about it. Like my best friend Seth, like Seth is like he's the best person and the best friend anyone could ask for. I'll tell him stuff about Huntington's if I need to. I know he's always there. So I feel like right now how I balance it is just having a good like group of people around me, people who like I know are my true friends, people who I know I can talk to about this. And also just being in it for so long that it's just my life.
it's I'm glad that you have a friend that you feel that way about. It's a great way to make sure that you've got constant support.
Yeah.
And trustworthy support.
Seth Michael Stahl Chubb, shout out to him.
Shout out Seth.
Yeah.
Man like Seth.
Yeah. No, he's really supportive. He'd be like, dude, if you need me to go with you, I would love to. And I'm like, hell yeah, but not right now though. Like we ain't that point yet, but yeah.
Jenna
It's cool.
says, way to know yourselves and what's best for you. Frognado Man says, you're young, live your life, bro. And then Frognado also mentioned that their mom didn't get diagnosed until they were 50. It's definitely a different experience.
I don't know. And again, it's just like, I think, like Mateo elaborated on it too. It's like, I think the point that I will be more inclined to test is when I am like planning my future, when I have a serious partner, when I am, making these like big financial decisions, when things are, like you said, like getting more settled. But again,
No
we are
rush on that.
young, we are free. For real.
Did we just become best friends with Seth? Yes.
Yes, we did.
He doesn't know it yet, but he's all of our best friends.
No, he knows.
Everybody's best friend, Seth. He's getting a lot of attention in the chat now.
Okay, well, listen.
A
If
stone
y'all try
guy.
to steal him from me, good luck. I'm just gonna say that. If y'all try to steal him from me, good luck.
Um. Are there systemic issues that interfere with the pressures of getting testing?
Oh yeah.
Like everything. Whether or not you have benefits, whether or not you have health insurance, Medicaid, Social Security, like literally almost every facet, like of you and being covered and in the system, like is something you have to think about with Huntington in your life. And the pressure, like to get tested too, is just like I feel very much so added onto me, not by anyone in my life, but just because of the system, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's the only like pressure I feel like outside of myself is just no one else but the system right now.
I also think systemically, like the stigma of mental illness and like neurodegenerative diseases, like you're looked at differently, and that causes issues. And we went to Prague, Congress in Prague, and it was interesting to see how different countries approach care for HD differently than the US. And yeah, it's definitely more difficult here because of the insurance hoops and privatized healthcare and all these different hoops that you gotta jump through in order to get adequate care.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to acknowledge that we're in the U.S. And we do have a lot of things to be thankful for in some of those situations, because like you said, going to Prague and hearing about some people's situations and facing HD and how it's stigmatized in other countries, somehow worse. It was really eye-opening, because I've definitely always been like it really sucks to try and have those conversations here, and then I was hearing from other people who were having, they couldn't even begin to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Like actual like discrimination.
Yes. Yeah, like really, really difficult situations to face. But yes, you are, not to take away from the fact that you are absolutely right that it is stigmatized, that mental health is not widely accepted as a real thing. And there's still a lot to be done before we can have those conversations openly and confidently.
Right.
Working with international families, there are good and bads to every culture and system, says Jenna. Yes, you're absolutely right.
So true, Jenna. And again, just like despite the challenges that we may face, also being grateful. Like I am definitely so grateful to be where I'm at and to have the blessings bestowed upon me. And yeah, and just working with what you got, man. Like
That's right.
there's like I can't change it, so might as well be grateful and just do what I can.
Jenna says that's why community matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, also too, the community will like help you navigate all that stuff too.
That's
Like,
right.
I'm so grateful for that, because oh my gosh, if I had to by myself, I'd probably end up on the street, honestly.
It'd be a different story for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm getting really into this build. How do you talk to your friends about HD? Do they meet your dad growing up and now? So let's start with the first question there. How do you talk to your friends about HD? This is coming from chat.
So for me, whenever I talk to my friends about it, like, I talk about it as casually as I would with people in the charity. And if it's talking to them about it for the first time, like, I'll bring it up as casually as possible and kind of just gauge the reaction on that to see if I should bring it up again or not. Because, like, some people, like, can just be a lot to explain this to, you know? Like, they're still your friend, but it's like, I don't have to share it with them.
Yeah, definitely.
But our best friend Seth, if I need to share with him, I just do it, you know, and then he's there, and he'll you know, he just knows what to do for me. But yeah, talking to friends though, it's like, I haven't faced anything really bad about it. I do remember though, like, when I was younger, I did get bullied one time for it, though.
Really?
Yeah. This was also at that Lutheran school. Like, everyone heard about it. It was like some kid called me like a retard and stuff because he heard my dad had it. Yeah. So, like, some people out there can be evil, but it's like, that's also middle school, you know? Like, we're not surrounded by evil children as much anymore. So, yeah. Like, now it's just casual and easy for me.
Chat's highlighting Seth right now.
Yeah. As we should.
No, I'm glad you brought up that it can be easier to talk to some people than others, because I feel like that's something that we don't always think about before we start talking to people sometimes, and then we realize like oh shit, like, I don't know. Like, I started this conversation thinking it was gonna go one way, and now it's going this way. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that is very important to highlight the fact that anybody that is truly your friend will understand if you say that, you know, I don't really feel comfortable answering that question right now, or like, I might need some more space before we keep talking about HD. Somebody that really is your friend will understand those boundaries. And it's important to be able to recognize that, so that people you're talking to people that respect you.
Yeah.
And
if they don't, why? Like, you're weird, dude. Stay away from me.
yeah, one thing we talked about in the book club recently was that not everyone is worthy of your story. And that's just a reality. Sometimes you begin telling that story before you realize they might not be worthy of it.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I have again like become more comfortable sharing with my friends, and I've become to know when is like an appropriate time. Like, if I'm on a first date or like hanging out with somebody for the first time, I may not mention it, you know, because I kind of again like need to gauge whether that person is worthy or not to know, and if I feel comfortable enough, because that is like a very vulnerable part of my life that is like a sensitive topic, and that not everyone needs to know. Like, even though I do like preach on like advocacy and stuff, like, again, like, you can still be an advocate and be selective with who you share
That's right.
things about it. And yeah, just vetting those people out, like gauging, like, you know, how are they empathetic towards other people with disabilities? Are they, you know, curious in a like respectful way? And I've grown to really appreciate curiosity from my friends, because like my best friend Emily, they were
Hey, let's get some
Hey,
let's
what's
get
up?
some hype for Emily in the chat.
Yeah, what's up? Like they were one of the first couple of friends that I like really brought around the house, um and I like told that like my dad had ADHD, but they didn't like fully quite understand. And so when they were around my dad, like one day I remember them being curious, and they're like, "So like, what is HD? And like, can you tell me more about that and like what your dad is going through?" And that just like meant so much to me, that they were even like curious enough to ask and felt comfortable enough to ask, because you know that curiosity you know, grows into bigger things. And because before, like when I was younger, when people were like asking about it, I'm like, oh, like why do you need to know? Like feeling insecure about like, you know, sharing those things. But now seeing curiosity as like a willingness and openness to learn more about it, I really appreciate it.
I like that. I like that perspective of curiosity. Thank you.
And yeah, just like, and like knowing who your real friends are with like how they approach it, you know. And that's a good way to find good people.
That's right. Jenna says, hate comes from ignorance, never a reflection on you. And then also,
Jenna with these one-liner words of wisdom.
No kidding.
Let me just add that real quick.
I just imagine her like sipping on some wine, being like, what can I hit him with right now?
Yeah.
No.
And she's like, and that's why community is important. Amen.
Oh, let's go. Does we got a follower? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Mateo, where'd you find like the pretty like flower bushes?
It's rid of the leaves. No, you were just on it.
Mhm.
It's like a semi-transparent block.
Come on, not
Read
on
it
a
right to,
no wine on a Tuesday. You don't have. I have a Tuesday wine glass.
Oh.
And then it's the azalea leaves.
Oh.
So it's this one.
Beautiful.
I don't actually have a Tuesday wine glass, but I wouldn't mind a wine glass that said for Tuesdays.
Love going up on Tuesday.
That cow just huff at me.
Hey, yo, it's a baby.
There he goes again.
No, oh no! Oh, I knew he was gonna kill it.
Huh?
Bro, we knew. H? Are you kidding me? Of course.
Alright.
What about friends within the HD community? What have those relationships been like, and how and when have they been helpful?
You can start with this one, Mateo.
Okay.
Mateo, I'm sorry if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for me, it's like I've like always appreciated having those people there. Because I've reached out to them before in times of just like panic, you know, where like if I'm having like some really bad mental health stuff, like there's some people there who I know I can reach. So that's always really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I've just met like a bunch of the coolest people that I know. Me and Sam, we have this friend named Ariel, and we'll hang out with her outside of events and stuff. Cause
That's really cool.
like, sometimes she's in our area. So like, yeah, it's cool to keep those social relations up. Cause whenever we meet with Ariel too, we'll talk about it. Talk about like what's going on with the people in our lives with Huntingtons.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat where, like, I just am very grateful to have those people that I can reach out to about these things, and again, that I've like met some of my bestest friends and like some of the coolest people I've known through this. Like despite how we came together, like it truly is a community. And I think it's so important to find community in any way that you can. And with it, like having HD in your life, like community and chosen family is immensely important, because we're stronger together. And like Marjorie Guthrie, when she created the HDSA, like she like created it by having groups of family and like a community that she could reach out to like start the HDSA and to get research rolling. So to be able to build my own community through these resources, is really wonderful.
I like it. I would claim that I am still somewhat new to the HD community, and it's been nothing but beneficial for me and my growth as far as my relationship with Huntington's disease, being able to talk about HD, and like Matteo was saying, reach out to people when I need to.
Yeah.
Frognado Man
For real.
got busted for spamming. What an L.
L.
Wait, what's he saying?
I think he's just spamming dots.
Okay.
That's what you get, bro.
Frognado Man blames Seth.
Okay.
Alright, Tornado Man.
You're banned.
Yeah, Mod, ban that man. Ban. Oh no.
What?
Melissa says, I blame the ant.
Oh. 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 We're
What
starting
in
a
the
bunch of
world?
infighting now. This is crazy.
Whoa, now, whoa, we got people dueling in the chat. What is happening?
Oh hell no.
Frognado Man and
We're
Granola
just talking about
Girl.
community, yo.
Granola Girl wants to duel you? You can accept or deny within 2 minutes?
Duel me in what? In life? I got that. Dude, you don't understand my quick draw.
Redeemed
Which
time out somebody else? What? What is happening right now? You're timing people out? What is going on? Chat's going crazy. I've absolutely lost it. Frognado Man just timed out Granola Girl. Wow, what?
What does that mean?
Nobody puts baby in a corner. I don't know. I don't even know what timing out somebody does in chat.
Oh, like a timeout.
Oh,
Oh.
like you're put on timeout.
Like they can't.
They
Like
may not
just
be able
fun.
to respond, or that's wild. She didn't see that one coming. I can tell you that. Should have thought about it before she decided to duel you, I guess.
Mm.
Of course.
Womp womp.
Granola Girl get in the corner for doing dark magic. Frognado Man got scammed. What is Erica redeemed? Oh no!
What?
Oh, Erica redeemed Stretch. Oh, you know what that means, chat.
Stretch?
You got
Jenna, don't head to bed yet. You gotta see this Stretch. Oh! Look how good I'm getting, chat. Oh! Posture check.
Hey.
Oh my gosh! Posture check.
H, what is happening to you over there?
I know we can't stream it, so
It's just a bunch of random noises.
Chat's got me doing things.
What type of things though?
Hey, yo, you can only see these things on our live stream, or you can rewatch the live stream and see them.
I will definitely rewatch the live stream.
Yeah, we gotta know what's happening.
Somebody timestamped this, so Native Man says H twerking.
Oh!
Hey, yo.
Hey, we got you do some strange for a piece of change over there, huh?
I do what you gotta do, you know.
For real.
Some people make money from banana bread.
Call back, nice.
That's great. I'm building an outdoor section to your coffee shop.
OMG, thank you. My landscaper.
Yeah, I gotta get it perfectly square, though, for my brain. So it's taking a while. Whew! Hey, Matteo, Marianne said she loves you.
Aww.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was from Melissa, so they are in conversations.
Oh.
Okay.
Dang.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah.
What is he doing over there?
Me? Girl, I'm
Ain't no hate.
acting.
Ain't no hate in the game. Gotta make that bank. That's right. That looks like that looks my kid's dance when she has to poop. Thanks, Jenna. Appreciate that. I'll take lessons from anybody that's willing to give them for free.
Free twerking lessons is insane work.
It's at work. Hey.
That's right. Hashtag hydrate before you dihydrate. True though. I've not drank enough water today, chap. Yes. Check out my stickers. Yeah. I need some new ones. Hey, let me try and block some of this light so you can see it better. Hey, represent. Them things looking crusty. Yep.
What?
What's going on?
I don't know whether that was a response to my big stretch or the water bottle.
Oh, crusty water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Good
No, I
night,
just
Jenna.
watched my
Thanks for
crusty
being
one.
here.
Oh, good night, Jenna. Thanks for the words of wisdom and for all that you do.
Yeah, thanks for telling me I look like your kid that's got to poop. Appreciate that. Real spirit lifter there. I like this one here. What's something you wish more people understood about living with the risk of HD?
I guess it's something that's always on your mind, like always in the back of your head, but then that you like learn to live with. Um, being at risk. I don't know. It's tough being a kid, like with a parent of with HD, and being a sibling, knowing that they have equal risk. I don't know. Taylor, you elaborate more.
What's the question?
The question is, what do you wish more people knew, or more people understood about living with the risk of HD?
Oh. Yeah, I guess it's always like a constant stressor. You know. Like any like major life decision that I want to make, it just worry the right thing to do. You know.
Yeah.
That's my big thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Anything else? I don't know.
sometimes you can. I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier about not being comfortable with not finding out right now because you don't want it to. You know, you still have your youth and you can still sort of make these choices without that thought in your mind. But even being at risk, you still consider those things and weigh those options and
Yeah.
I wish people not affected wouldn't tell me what they would do in my shoes.
That like yeah, that's actually a big thing. Like whenever I tell people about it, I have to be like, hey, by the way, before I get into this,
I'm not looking for
don't
feedback.
tell me what you would do. Yeah, like I've told some people that before because they're like I know like some people are the type person to always give feedback. So like I was like, hey, don't this time, and they didn't. So yeah, but that's something like I don't know. I wish I didn't have to like tell people that, like I didn't have, wish I people like, hey, you're not in this situation. Like I don't really need your.
But I think it is a healthy boundary to set because I think people are typically well-intentioned when it comes to those things, like
Yeah.
like trying to give advice, but sometimes it's unsolicited, where it's like I didn't ask for the advice, so just like prefacing that like, hey, I wish to share this with you, but I don't wish to seek any advice from you. I just want to
That definitely goes back, I think, to just creating boundaries with people and understanding that that's okay.
Absolutely.
You can include whoever you deem trustworthy and worthwhile in those conversations. Yes, too many people say they would get tested, but they really have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how can you possibly understand the magnitude of something like that? Period. The end.
Yeah.
End of sentence.
Like,
It's easy to say what you would do if you're not in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where should I put the bar?
Hey, how do I get these fences to work? I've tried, I think.
Like to open?
Yeah, to open.
I think there's a gate fence,
There's a gate and then a
a
fence.
specific one.
Oh wait, that's right. Walls, fences, fence gates. Okay. Do you have to put more than one down for it to open? Do you know?
No.
You could put 2 nets together, or just one.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's no fence.
And do you know how you get them to open?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just
Oh, right click.
I mean, I'm not sure if you got it.
Yep, got it.
Word.
Thank you, thank you. Oh no, now it's gonna be off-centered. You've talked a lot about different events you've experienced. Can you talk about some of those and how others could go to those things? That's a great question. How do people go to events? How do people find out about events?
Yeah. So like for us, like I mentioned before, we were connected with our local social worker through Center of Excellence. And you could really, but you don't need a social worker to do that. You could really just go online, go to their websites. I recommend hdsa.org, hdyo.org. And you can apply for scholarships. Typically, if it is your first time, you are higher on the priority list to get a scholarship. And NYA is also part of HDSA. I think NYA definitely has their own website. I would probably just look up HDSA NYA online and you'd be able to find it. And then look up events. So the big ones that we've been to have been the HDSA annual convention. Also, the NYA does youth retreats. That's how Matteo and I have been able to visit places like Denver and Phoenix, and I went to New Orleans. Chicago was one of the conventions, but it was like Schaumburg, Illinois. This past summer, the most recent convention we went to was in Spokane, and this a couple months ago we went to Prague, Czech Republic, through HDYO, and that's actually where we met H.
Hey,
What's up?
Savior of the night.
Yeah,
oh, you heard about that too?
H, I was there, dude.
Oh shit! Yes, you were. Holy crap, dude! I was so in the zone.
It was funny because it was like you know, the stereotype of Americans being loud and obnoxious. We weren't. Yeah, it wasn't our. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's all. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just go to as if you're looking for events, research HDSA, HDYO, and NYA. They all put on events, and if you apply for a scholarship and get granted a scholarship, you either fully or partially get expenses paid for, travel fees, and hotel bookings. And like HDYO does a biannual summer camp that we went to this past summer. So there's so many different events out there, and I would just say go online, apply, and just wait for that email, man.
Very well said. Look at the plugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Natural. Oh, y'all, thank you so much. We're getting pretty close to wrapping this thing up here. Why is there a spider? Any last words of wisdom? H, sweet talk them into joining Game Over HD. I feel like it's not going to take much after tonight. I think we've had a really good time.
I think I would like to play again.
And they'll definitely be joining us on some of the Game Over HD nights. We have game lead sessions that are only for people within the HD group who are directly impacted by HD. And then we have nights like this where we do live streams and people can play with each other, and we live stream it, and we have conversations. Sometimes we talk about HD, sometimes we don't talk about HD. It's really just up to the group and how we're feeling, and that's one of the best parts about it is that the people that you're with, that is something that's said a lot within this community of like when you're around people, you don't have to explain, and that's exactly how it is with this group too. You don't have to explain anything. You also don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. There may be conversations had in and around you, but you don't have to directly talk about it. Yes, Simply, thank you for the plug. The Cozy Game Corner is a great opportunity to come out, talk with other people, watch Faith play some cozy games, play your own cozy game, play cozy games together. We have lots of different options for everybody, so please check that out.
Will do.
And we're gonna get y'all in the group ASAP, Rocky style.
Okay. Wait, so is it like, do we join a Discord? How do we, you give your plug to us, how do we get connected?
Yeah, Game Over HD is through HD Reach, so you can always find us there, but for y'all, since you're already connected with HD Reach and Erica, who's running Game Over HD, it'll just be getting y'all in. Well, you're in this Discord. Discord is an option that we're looking into for some other things, and then there's also another app that we currently use called Element. And then Erica said I'll reach out to them, help them get into Element and into the group.
Okay, word. Thank you, Erica.
I think we're gonna be playing some Repo next month. I don't know if y'all have played Repo or if you have Repo, but it's a fun group game.
Repo, okay.
Check it out. REPO. Okay, that is it for the night. You actually go in and this place and collect items and bring it back and try and make money. And the whole time you're doing it, different monsters on different levels are trying to stop you.
Oh, that's cool. Word. Okay.
Well, yeah. Thank you, H, so much for having us. This was a wonderful time, just crafting and chatting. And yeah, I look forward to playing with you guys soon.
Yeah, thank you both for being here. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, y'all, talking about your own personal story is no small feat, and we should absolutely acknowledge the weight that carries. Yes, crowns in the chat for that.
Hey.
And really be appreciative for everyone that has been willing to tell their stories so far, and especially y'all tonight. Thank you again. Seriously, I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Yes. Matteo, anything?
Thanks for inviting us. I'm definitely going to hop on that Discord for sure, play some games.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
See what else we can get into. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. It means so much to have everybody support and be here and chatting and hanging out and hearing these stories. It's extremely important that we continue having these conversations and sharing our stories, because that's the only way people learn about Huntington's disease, and then it's the only way that people understand the importance of researching Huntington's disease. And then you just never know who's listening. You never know who's going to be the person to help somebody through a tough day, or help sponsor the next person to go to an event that changes their life. So please, always consider telling your story. It doesn't have to be on this kind of platform, but the more people that know and the more people that hear from people like us, the more awareness that Huntington's disease in general receives, and the more we can make an impact in this community. I love all of you. Again, thank you all so much for being here. We'll catch you on the next one.